Hello and welcome to another episode of today's GK. Let's begin with the practice question of the last segment. Consider the following statements. The 74th Constitutional Amendment Act of 1992 gave constitutional recognition to Panchayati Raj institutions. 18 years is the minimum age for contesting elections to the panchayats. So we have to select the correct statement. Both the statements are not correct. Option D is the correct answer because the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1992 constitutionalized Panchayati Raj institutions. The 74th Constitutional Amendment Act of 1992 constitutionalized the system of urban government. 21 years is the minimum age for contesting elections to the panchayats. Consider the following statements. Tribunals are quasi-judicial institutions set up to deal with problems such as resolving administrative or tax-related disputes. Tribunals were not part of the original constitution. We have to select the correct statement. Both are correct. Option C is the correct answer. Recently, the Supreme Court said its judicial intervention saw the government make abrupt efforts to fill vacancies in tribunals some time back and nothing after that. Tribunals is a quasi-judicial institution that is set up to deal with problems such as resolving administrative or tax-related disputes, and it performs a number of functions like adjudicating disputes, determining rights between contesting parties, making an administrative decision, reviewing an existing administrative decision, and so forth. They were not a part of the original constitution and were incorporated in the Indian Constitution by the 42nd Amendment Act of 1976. Article 323A deals with administrative tribunals and 323B deals with tribunals for other matters. The tribunals were set up to reduce the workload of the courts, to expedite decisions, and to provide a forum that would be manned by lawyers and experts in the areas falling under the jurisdiction of the tribunals. Consider the following statements regarding AFSPA. It is a British-era legislation that was enacted to quell the protests during the civil disobedience movement. It was revoked from Tripura in 2015. We have to select the correct statement or statements. Only the second is correct. Option B will be the correct answer. The Armed Forces Special Powers Act has put Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru ji on the same page in the Naga inhabited hills of pole-bound Manipur. AFSPA is a reincarnation of the British-era legislation that was enacted to quell the protests during the Quit India movement. The AFSPA was issued by the way of 4 ordinances in 1947. It gives power to the army and central forces deployed in disturbed areas to search premises and arrest without warrant, to use force even to the extent of causing death. It also gives immunity to security forces in carrying out various operations and provides cover to forces from prosecution and legal suits without the centre's sanction. To check arbitrariness, there should be a periodic review of disturbed area every 6 months, and Tripura withdrew the AFSPA in 2015. Consider the following statements. Solar wastes are the electronic wastes generated by discarded solar panels. In India, the responsibility for the disposal of waste is on the manufacturers or distributors who introduce or install such equipments for the first time. We have to select the correct statement. Okay, so only first statement is correct. Option A is the correct answer. While India ramps up its solar power installation, it does not yet have a firm policy on managing waste that results from used solar panels or from the manufacturing process. Solar wastes are the electronic waste generated by discarded solar panels, and it can increase by at least 4 to 5-fold by the next decade. India should focus its attention on drafting comprehensive rules to deal with solar waste. Consider the following statements. Stem cell is the only cell in the body that has the natural ability to generate new cell types. These divide to form more cells called daughter cells, and stem cells are classified as drugs in India under the Drugs and Cosmetics Act. So we have to select the correct statement. Only the first and the second is correct. Option A is the correct answer. A leukemia patient in the US has become the first woman and the third person to be cured of HIV, the virus that causes AIDS, after receiving a stem cell transplant. Stem cells are the body's raw materials, cells from which all other cells with specialized functions are generated. Under certain conditions in the body or a laboratory, stem cells divide to form more cells called daughter cells. These daughter cells either become new stem cells or become specialized cells with a more specific function such as blood cells, brain cells, heart muscle cells. No other cells in the body can have the natural ability to generate new cell types. At present, stem cells are not classified as drugs in India. Which of the following are the properties of Guduchi or Giloy? Protects hearts against infarction, hepatoprotective, neuroprotective, prevents respiratory illness. So we have to select the correct options. All are correct. D is the correct answer. The Ministry of Ayush reiterates that Giloy or Guduchi is safe and doesn't provide or produce any toxic effect. Giloy is a climbing shrub that grows on other trees from the botanical family Menispermaceae. It is an essential herb in Ayurvedic medicine, and all its parts are thought to have health benefits. The plant is native to India but also found in China and tropical areas of Australia and Africa. It is hepatoprotective. It increases the glutathione levels and supports the liver to detoxify toxic waste from the body. It is cardioprotective. It modulates lipid metabolism via inhibiting glucuronide and cholesterol, and also protect hearts against infarction, and with its antioxidant properties it can do so. It modulates the antioxidant enzyme system of brain tissue and preserve dopaminergic neurons. Giloy has been preferred traditionally to treat ailments such as bronchitis and chronic cough, like asthma, cough, cold and tonsils. Orgao's mountains seen in the news are located in which of the following countries? Brazil is the correct answer. Rio de Janeiro state's government has confirmed 94 deaths from floods and mudslides that swept away homes and cars in the city of Petropolis, which is a city in central Rio de Janeiro estado, southeastern Brazil, and it is situated in a valley in the Orgaos Mountains, north of Rio de Janeiro city. With respect to the collegium system of the judiciary in Indian polity, we have to select the incorrect statement. The word collegium is nowhere mentioned in the Constitution, and the first judge's case ruled that the process of consultation with the CJI, that is Chief Justice of India, and other judges required a consensus about recommendations. So we have to select the not correct one. Only the second statement will be correct. The Supreme Court Collegium approved a proposal to elevate 16 advocates as judges in the Bombay and Madras High Court. The Collegium system is headed by the Chief Justice of India and 4 senior-most judges of the Supreme Court. Indian Constitution originally stipulated that the judges of the Supreme Court and High Court would be appointed by the President based on process of consultation with senior judges, and the word collegium is nowhere mentioned in the Constitution. In the first judge's case, it was ruled that the process of consultation with the CJI and other judges did not require a consensus about recommendation. In the second judge's case, the Supreme Court overturned this decision and introduced the collegium system, arguing that consultation required concurrence. In the third judge's case, it ruled that the collegium would be a 5-member body, establishing the system that is more similar to one currently being followed. With respect to the Jammu and Kashmir State Investigation Agency, consider the following statements. The head of the National Investigation Agency is the ex officio chairman. The Unlawful Activities Prevention Act of 1961 is the sole provision under its purview. We have to select the correct statement. Both of them are incorrect. Option D is the correct answer. The State Investigation Agency has been constituted as a specialized nodal agency for coordinating with NIA and other central agencies. The need for setting up a new agency was felt for specialized investigations into terror cases, not referred to the NIA, and an SIA directorate has been set up in Jammu and Kashmir with the head of the CID wing as its ex officio director. It includes under its purview the Explosive Substances Act of 1908 and the Unlawful Activities 1967. Offences having terrorism linkage, all terrorist acts including terrorist financing and circulation of high quality fake Indian currency note cases, terrorism related larger conspiracy cases, terrorist financing and terrorism linked NDPS cases, many are under its purview. Consider the following statements with respect to the National Maritime Security Coordinator. The reporting will be with the Ministry of External Affairs. The need for such a coordinating agency was first expressed by the group of ministers formed after the Kargil War. We have to select the correct statement. Only the second statement, option B, will be correct. Former Vice Chief of Navy Vice Admiral G. Ashok Kumar Ji has been appointed as the country's first National Maritime Security Coordinator. It was proposed after the 26/11 terror attacks, and NMSC will be a part of the National Security Council Secretariat. It will report to the National Security Advisor of India. NMSC will have the responsibility of coordinating between all the agencies involved in maritime security and maritime civil issues as well. And the need for such a coordinating agency was first expressed by the group of ministers formed after the Kargil War. Dr. Michiaka Takahashi, the Japanese virologist, developed the vaccine for which of the following diseases? Option B, chickenpox, is the correct answer. The doodle artwork of the Google search engine is today celebrating the birthday of Dr. Michiaki Takahashi. He was a Japanese virologist who developed the first vaccine against chickenpox. Consider the following statements regarding World Trade Organization. It was established with the signing of Marrakesh Agreement. All the members of the United Nations Organization hold the membership of the WTO too. We have to select the correct answer. That's it for today. Tomorrow we shall meet again with another segment. Until then, stay updated. Thank you so much for watching.